plaintiff, Miranda Hoover, dated the defendant, and they have 2 children. Miranda claims when she was pregnant with their second child, the defendant assaulted her. And then he questioned paternity of the child to avoid paying child support. Miranda's suing her ex for half of a tax refund. Defendant Clay Allison insists he never assaulted Miranda, and although the police were called and came to the house, he was never arrested for the incident. Clay's countersuing because he claims Miranda posted a picture of him on Facebook saying he stole money from his children.
Start with you.
Okay, this is my ex-boyfriend. We have 2 kids together. When we started our relationship, everything was going good. We decided to have a child. When I was pregnant with our second child, we had gotten into an argument and he slapped me in the face. My face was all swelled up. He broke my glasses and I said right then and there, I am done. So I left.
Go ahead.
After we had our first child, I found out that he had gotten arrested from his job because he was stealing money. After that, I bailed him out of jail. That was a very big mistake. I should have left him in jail so that he could learn his lesson, but I didn't.
When was that?
That was in 2010.
Okay.
After our first son was a month old.
Mm-hmm. What happened since then?
After I had our second child, he tried saying that he wasn't the father so that he could not pay child support. And right now, he is not paying child support. He is actually behind in child support.
But did he take a paternity test?
Yeah, he did take a paternity test, and he is the father.
All right, and he's behind on child support?
Yeah, he's behind on child support.
And how much does he owe?
I'm not actually sure how much he owes. I just know that he's behind.
Don't you get the money?
Yeah, I do.
You don't know how much you're supposed to?
I don't know how much he's behind. I know that he's behind.
I'm saying, do you know how much you're supposed to get every month?
Yeah, I do know how much I'm supposed to get every month.
All right, so let me tell you how to determine how much money you are owed. You take the number of months that he has failed to pay you. Mm-hmm. You multiply that by the monthly amount he's supposed to pay you, and the amount that you come up with is the amount that he owes you.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
All right, Your Honor, as for the child support.
I know those kids want to know. Go ahead.
It is behind because at the time I switched jobs, but it has been taken out of my paycheck. It gets taken out of my paycheck every 2 weeks. So I don't know what she's talking about on that.
Right, they're taking it out now. Good.
Yes.
Now you a woman beater?
No, that's not right. I don't hit a woman.
You never did it?
No, I never hit her.
Oh, okay.
She claimed I did, and we even had the cops come out.
That's a lie. He's a liar.
Did they arrest you?
No, they never find anything.
Did you have a bruise on you?
No, my face was swelled up though.
And they still didn't arrest you?
And he broke my glasses. No, they didn't take him to jail because he claimed, and he had called the police before I could and said that I hit him.
No. They can see.
Yeah, they could see.
When they saw your face swollen.
And my glasses off my face
say?
broken, they didn't say anything. They just watched me get in the car with my mom and go with my mom.
And they didn't see any bruises on him?
No.
Because he wasn't bruised?
No.
That sounds very, very, very odd. But nonetheless, that's not why we're here. Half a tax refund is what you're suing for.
Yes, sir. In December of 2012, we had made an agreement that he could claim our 2 children on his taxes, and then we would go half on the tax refund.
Who had permanent custody?
I did.
Why is he filing if he doesn't have custody?
Well, he was taking them on the weekends, but...
That's not custody. I'm talking about principal caretaker.
Right.
Principal caretaker.
Well, I wasn't working at the time.
Who was the principal? I'm going by the law. All that, whatever was happening, y'all defrauding the government, whatever. Who was the principal caretaker?
I was.
Okay, then you're the only one that can legally file saying that they are your dependents. But go ahead. You all agreed that he would file and you all would split the money.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
March, he received a letter from the IRS saying that they were doing a more thorough review of his taxes so that he wouldn't receive his refund until April. And he told me that, and he showed me the letter that he received.
Mm-hmm. They're probably doing a thorough review of those kids he was claiming. Go ahead.
And then I was checking the IRS website to see when or if he got his tax refund.
People are able to do that? Can you tell how much you
Yeah.
get? Mm-hmm. Can you tell how much taxes people pay?
No, just the refund.
Isn't that terrible? Go ahead.
I went on there and it showed that he had received his
How much?
tax refund. His federal was for $8,082.
Wow. Let's see it. He must have claimed 20 kids. Now, sir, you tell me about owing her half of this tax refund.
At the time she filed the taxes herself on the computer. I was right there. There was no set in stone about the price. I said, "This is something we'd look into."
Look into what? Look into what?
Her getting half of the money. When I
What
did
do you
get my
mean by
tax,
that? We'll look into it. What does that mean?
well, I didn't think she deserved half the tax return because it was income that I earned through the whole year working, since she hasn't worked in over 2 years and refuses to work. But then I got my tax return.
But you weren't the principal caretaker. They didn't live with you. Go ahead.
But when I got my return, 2 days before that is when my father passed away. So when I got my
Sorry to hear
returns,
that.
I had to pay for my father's funeral and everything, his final bills.
Okay. Sir, your counterclaim for defamation, $2,000. How does she owe you for that?
Yes, on March 30th, I got a notice on a Facebook account. I pulled it up and there was a picture of me. Underneath it, it said his proud father stole $4,300 from his kids. Underneath it was a bunch of comments that was made. And there is a comment on her that she made on there about
Was it
taking
her
money.
that said proud father or whatever it is you want to?
It's right here.
She alleged you stole $4,300 from the children. Is that what she stated on
Yeah,
here?
and it was on her. It was on a bunch of people's accounts.
I didn't
It was all
post that.
family and friends.
This proud father, she has your picture? You say you did not?
I did not post that.
She didn't post it, one of her men,
It was under
right?
her family.
See, she said, yeah, that's one of her men.
It was her brother.
ma'am, you
That's my
facilitate.
brother. No, that's my brother.
Her dad and stepmom even also had that same thing on
You
their
need to
account as
sue
well.
them. You got to prove that she did it, sir. These are a bunch of postings by other people, not her. She's slick enough not to put it in her name.
That's because they took it off their accounts.
All y'all slick, sir. You all are engaged in fraud. Only people who can put a dependent down on their taxes are the people who provide the principal care. Because a man can get all his child support back. And that's not how it goes. You pay for your children without getting it back. The only thing you get back after paying for your children is love, if you do right by them.
He doesn't even do
All right,
that.
he doesn't do that?
No, he hasn't seen him in 3 or 4 months.
And that's because she won't let me.
Lie.
I came up there,
Lie.
was supposed to pick up my son.
That is a lie.
Come on up, ma'am. State your name.
Susan Hinchin.
How you related?
I'm her mother.
Okay, and you saying what's a lie?
It's a lie. She's called and asked him if he wanted to see him, and he never comes to see him. I've asked him to come to my house to see him, and he won't even come to my house to see him.
And that's
My
a lie, Your
youngest
Honor.
son,
And I want to know, since when does a casket look like a van?
What do you
That's
mean?
what he spent the money on, a maroon
A van.
van.
You spend the money
No.
on a van, sir, or your dad's casket?
No, I have proof that I put the money on the funeral. I have all my receipts right here that says I went on
All
it.
right, well, I'm not going to get into that, how you spent your money regarding your
But
dad's
they agreed to go half on this, and I was there when they did this. He owes me money too, and he said he'd pay me back when he got his support or his tax refund.
What does he owe you for?
I bailed him out of trouble
how much?
one time, $500. But he's paid half.
And I have been working on payments with her over that.
yeah, he can work with my mother, but he can't work with the mother of his
You
children.
promised to give her how much?
Oh, I didn't promise to pay her that.
Yeah, well, this says otherwise.
Let's see it.
He promised to give her half for back child
That's
support.
his face. That's our Facebook messages. He says it right there.
But did we agree to go half, right? Yeah. So can you help me out with anything so I can get them beds? Well, you expected the money to go toward the care
The
for the
children that the
children.
money was for.
I'm not going to allow him to keep all this money when he agreed that whatever money he got from his taxes he would give you half. And I'm going to enforce that. Now, you have to deal with the IRS, who, believe me, they're watching. They're hoping I'll slip up and say something about my money. What he say? Yeah. What kind of car he said he had? What type of house he said?
Play that again.
Yeah, play that again. Rewind that. Telling you all need to know the IRS look at your assets and determine sometimes whether they want to audit you. You have random audits and you have intentional audits. For example, if you have a very expensive car, they take down your license plate. See, you have a $100,000 car, then they compare that to the salary that you say you received on your last taxes. You said you received $40,000 in salary, yet you got a $150,000 car. Time to audit you. Right. Just so you know, folks, folks flashing cars and houses. All right. I get jealous sometimes when I see my man Doyle, the way he and his wife live. And I have 4 children. I've had to send to law school and undergrad, and I have to spend my money on my children. Him and his wife living it up. I get jealous. That's why he won't get a raise. Spend no money like that. Sir, I'm going to order you to pay half of that, $4,339. Even though you defrauded the IRS, I'm not going to allow her to suffer after you've agreed to pay your expenses towards your children's care. Defamation is dismissed. You have not proven she said anything regarding you. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I hope he comes to see his kids. I hope he comes and visits with them and shows that he loves them and give them a chance to love their father.
I just wish she'd quit lying and let me see the kids like I've been trying to call and come up and see them.
The last time you called me was to wonder why they found you so you could pay child support.
No,
that's a lie. You didn't even ask.
No, there was a Wednesday I was coming up to get them, and I come up to get them. What happened? You told me, no, you're not allowed to see them. You told me to leave.
Nothing. You're a sorry excuse for a father.
You're more a sorry excuse for a mother.
Yeah, that's why I'm raising them and loving them and waking up with them in the morning and putting them in bed at night.
And that's why you got kicked out of Section 8 and DCFS called on you.
I didn't get kicked out of Section 8. I left Section 8 to go live with my father so they'd have a father figure.
Sure, whatever.